I want to look at one more connective, and that's the biconditional. So remember, if we have a sentence and we have another sentence and we want to connect them, we use a connective, and that creates a compound sentence. And so I'm going to let the first sentence be, I am going to see a movie. And the second sentence will be, it is raining. And the connective I'm going to use now is going to be if and only if. So the compound sentence would be, I am going to see a movie if and only if it is raining. So let's look at some notation. So I'm going to let P represent I am going to see a movie. Q will represent it is raining. And then I'm going to use a little double arrow, and that's going to represent if and only if. So if I have the P double arrow Q, that's I am going to see a movie if and only if it is raining. Two simple sentences that are joined with the words if and only if form a compound sentence called a biconditional. So how do we determine the truth value of a biconditional? Well, let's look at this sentence right here, this compound sentence, I'm going to see a movie if and only if it is raining. And we'll look at the tree diagram. So again, we have two options for P, either P is true or P is false. So first, let's look at what happens when P is true and Q is true. That would be saying that I am going to see a movie is true if and only if it is raining is true. So that would be true if and only if true, and that sounds true. I'm going to see a movie if and only if it's raining. So if I see a movie and it's raining, then that compound sentence would be true. How about if P is true and Q is false? Well, now I go to see the movie, but it's not raining. And I said I was going to see the movie if and only if it was raining. So now P double arrow Q is false. How about if P is false and Q is true? Well, I didn't see the movie, but it is raining. And remember I said I'm going to see the movie if and only if it is raining. So this is also false. But what about if they're both false? P is false and Q is false. Well, I didn't see the movie and it wasn't raining. That's true then, because P if and only if Q, it's sort of like saying they're either both true or they're both false in order for the compound sentence to be true. So P if and only if Q is true whenever P and Q are either both true or both false. So here's the tree diagram. Now let's look at the truth table. So I'm going to set up the table here. I have P, I have Q, and I have P if and only if Q. And I'm just going to translate the tree diagram into the truth table. So the first row would be all true. When P and Q are both true, P if and only if Q is true. And then remember that if either P or Q is false, then P if and only if Q is false. But then when they're both false, then we have P if and only if Q is once again true. So order does not matter here. Remember the conditional order did matter, but here order doesn't matter. You can do P and Q in either order. The truth value won't change. So that means that P if and only if Q and Q if and only if P have the same exact truth value.